All right, so here we are. What was that, episode 9? Jesus, Christmas. This thing's really ripping along now.
Sweet Christmas.
All right, so a lot of stuff happened in this episode, but I feel like nothing ultimately happened in this episode. You know what I mean by that?
I do. So, like last episode, there were questions. Even though many things happened, we still don't quite have the answers.
Yeah, we didn't really get any answers. We found out that Colleen was poisoned. Now Colleen is not poisoned. We found out that the Iron Fist can now heal wounds and cure poison, apparently. That's cool.
Burn the poison out of her. With your iron fist.
They're heading to a new location. Excuse me.
Yeah.
They're heading to a new location
Bakuda
with
showed
people
up.
that they're like, who the hell are these people?
Yeah, Bakuda showed up. He's the sensei. We saw him for a minute earlier.
Yeah.
I don't really know what the deal is with them. They did some face touching.
They
I don't know
seem
what's
very
going on.
untrustworthy. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on.
Black SUVs like their government.
Oh, yeah, and they were all like, whatever. And he says, like, I've taken care of Madame Gao's assassins.
Yeah.
Mercenaries. So
Gao
it's like,
did
really?
seem fearful of him.
Well,
or at least didn't want, like, we don't need you here. Like, maybe he represents some other clan that, like,
Something, right?
we're not feuding with you right now.
there was something.
We had a
and, like,
truce.
I almost thought it was like she was saying, we don't need his kind here, or something like that, as like a misdirect of like she,
To want him to come in
or
to
some,
then, like...
because maybe that, that's an angle she can use to get out. Gao was great. I don't know how you feel about Gao. I loved
like
all
Gao.
this fucking shit. The fucking when it cuts back to her when you think she passed out, she's like, ha ha ha. It's just
They've
think
been
that-
trying to torture information out of me since the 17th century.
So number one, she's old as fuck.
Oh, yeah,
which-
we knew that.
Which we like knew, but now she's actually put I don't know if she mentioned a time and like other stuff. So
I think
that's
she said
cool.
hundreds of years in Daredevil.
Yeah, which makes sense. Yeah, because she looks old, but she's also like, holy shit, powers and stuff. She's from
Yeah.
heaven. But like she mentions
Presumably,
that.
well, she was there at least at some point.
Well, like even given her line of work, I would have already guessed. Like I don't know if sodium pentothal is going to be the thing, because like it's not a magic thing. It just has a physiological effect. But if you've trained under it, then like
I don't even understand how
as
that
we know.
works. Like, it just makes us you tell the truth. Like, how?
it's not. Well, it happens to be.
Or it just drugs you up so much you're just like, I answer things. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm not.
I think it's just like of all the different ways to get fucked up, that way happens to like reduce your inhibitions, but not affect your memory or your speech as much.
Okay.
It's some random thing like that. There's probably parts of your brain that different chemicals affect differently, and this they just happen to say is a pretty good truth serum. But it's not magic like it is on TV where you just answer all the questions. Usually it's like part of a whole regiment of making you uncomfortable and interrogating you and torturing you. And
I'd love to
injecting you.
try it.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, let's see. Oh.
I'm not even sure if you would like remember everything. I think it's like you black out.
Well, I'd
kind
want
of,
it all
too.
taped.
You'd have to tape it. All these experiments
watch it.
will be taped. Totes.
I'd want it taped. I'd want it like with a third-party candidate that like I don't know, so I can be like, all right, wipe these memories.
I'm gonna have to kill you after this. What did I say? Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Well, because like somebody else can be like, and what are all your passwords? Oh, I'm gonna fuck with you later.
I know.
4th of July is gonna be 4th of July. April Fool's is gonna be a good
4th
one.
of July is gonna be good too.
Yeah, I'll know
How
where your
about
fireworks
in
are.
your name?
Oh,
Oh shit!
it'd be fun to know. But yeah, what else happens in this episode?
So the main thing is that Harold's alive.
Harold. Oh yes. How
It's
did I
not-
forget this?
It's not. You didn't forget it. You didn't
I
have to-
forgot.
You didn't have to say that though. You could just roll with it. The main thing is that Harold's alive, and he's not just alive. He's alive
He
in
comes
like
back
the
slow and
dirtiest
crazy.
way possible. He's like he wakes up right. You were like he's got mud in his mouth.
Yeah,
This is
he
great.
like because he floated to the top, mouth open, so like the dirty pond like scum is
Yeah.
actually in his mouth, pressed against his gums and lips.
And later he's hacking stuff up. We're not sure what it was exactly.
Or the mixture
Probably
of mud and dried organs.
I was thinking it was like his, like maybe stuff's like healed itself, but like there's still blood in his his stomach from being stabbed in the abdomen so much. I was like, holy
Well,
shit!
he also could not even have been 100% healed because he woke up, the sword is still in him.
I know.
Like, that's hilarious.
I don't know how that works because, like, you pointed out that, or like we both, honestly, were like, well, his hands have those cuts, so like that chamber's not healing him, and there's nothing magic
he didn't
or
heal
whatever.
like overnight
But
with
his
the hands.
pinky grew back
His
after
pinky
he
grew
died.
back. That's so weird.
This is some sort of weird magic where, like, you come back to life with full health and mana.
Like the way you were.
But there's no it doesn't do shit for you until you actually die or something like that.
Yeah, which is
interesting.
kind of dope.
I mean, I like it if you're gonna have it in your in like your story, and it's not like it's not like you just come back to life and you're like, oh, that's fine. It took him like all day. He's like walking around like an idiot, can't form sentences, can't like remember stuff. He's all like, oh shit, which makes sense too.
Yeah, he was like a child idiot.
Yeah, I like that. That feels good.
Yeah, he put his hand right into boiling hot dog water, like, oh, water, that's hot.
Right, because it's like he doesn't even know what the fuck. He's like, those smell good. And the guy's like, you never heard of pretzels and hot dogs, buddy? Like, what the fuck, pal? Doing all those things or whatever. And then when he walks away, the guy's face is just like,
oh, because he vomits right in front of his cart like a freak.
he's like, better.
We also have some
It's
random
better.
new assassin that's been introduced that took over a separate hot dog vendor's cart.
Okay, right. So while Harold's milling around outside, Rand, I am Rand, all that stuff. A like commando-looking dude bumps into him with a backpack and all that stuff, and yeah, he takes over like a falafel stand and starts making ninja stars out of that foil they put the hot dog in or whatever,
and
he's
like piercing the wall,
throwing them and hitting them into people. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, what the fuck's going on there. Are we supposed to know who this guy is?
No, I think he's kind of like the feet in Walking Dead. We're like, who's that? What's that guy gonna be doing? Oh my!
The feet, the booted foot on the shoreline.
Exactly.
No, I don't.
So I'm interested. He's like an outlier,
and he's right across the street when they're pulling away at the end. So you're like, uh-oh. So something's happening. There's a new guy in town.
Yeah, you don't know if you assume he's bad, but he could just be one of these goods that are from like another part of the world or dimension or whatever. Where like they don't really know what good and bad is. I need to stake out here. This is where I am. Ma.
Yeah, he might be that Davos dude that you were saying. Like maybe Davos shows up or whatever the fuck. He seems evil though, and he beat that dude up. But I guess they're not above that. Just Danny has some problems. Because you would think, like he walked away from his duty and all that, so it might be like in, like, Thor or whatever, and it's like, you go get him back here.
Yeah, no, it's certainly possible.
And they send someone else after him. Oh, man, this is a big deal. It's going to be 15 years. I accept this honor. I will bring Danny back or whatever to guard Kun Lao.
Yeah.
Whatever. Oh, shit. I have no idea. Probably not. Who knows?
No, but I don't hate that theory.
Or he's just a random fucking. There's so many clans and different fucking things.
Exactly,
it
can be anything. It's hard to really say with any definitive nature that this speculation could be anything. It could be something that we never see. It could be like a Scooby-Doo villain where it's like, Mr. Blah Blah, I never even met you. Who the hell are you?
And you're dead.
Oh,
God.
dead.
But so this whole thing, obviously, they brought Gao back. So like they were in China, and I wrote China.
I don't know how they got her back.
And they got her back. I guess they have that plane. Was that like a private chartered plane?
They had a chartered plane with seemingly zero funds, but that's cool. But anyway, you'd still need like passports, I think, regardless of if you have things. And she could at any point in time go, "I don't want to go," and they'd be like, "What are you doing?" Like,
right, stranger danger, and just like start yelling.
And you think her people would be like at all the airports and stuff, like.
Seems very weird. They just had to explain it and be that part kind of sucks. Because then don't send her to China in the first place if you need to get her back to your dojo, right? Story wise,
just put her in like Connecticut.
Just do whatever. I don't know.
Have
whatever.
her take the bus.
But she's back there. Danny leaves Claire and Colleen home with her and all that.
Yeah,
shit.
because like I don't know if you think this
what?
rope is actually able to hold her. She's only there, I think, because she wants to be there at the moment.
Well, and like of all the people who might think that the rope is fine, Danny has literally been on the receiving.
He's been whooshed away.
Yeah, I know I'm harping on this, but she has powers, and he's seen them and felt them and like actually had them. He can't think that she must have like struck him or something.
It was the wind, Lee. It was the wind.
He knows. So like, even though she's tied up, I imagine she could be like, "Oh wait, on camera," and just like make something happen. Or
or like just
I don't know how her powers
work.
work.
And like break free. She's fucking at least 300 years old. Just kill bitches.
But I liked her whole, they took turns getting, like, verbally harassed by her and being like, this is not your purpose. You think that, and, like, cutting into people. I love when some bad guys, like, incapacitated, like Loki did this a few times and other stuff.
But still has the means to cut you.
But they like, give the speech where it's all like, oh, you think you're so this, but you're not. You're not like them. Oh, blah, blah, blah. How does that make you feel? He's out there doing this, and he's like, shut up, whatever. He's like, oh, really? Is this bothering you? I don't know. Because he's using his, like, things to try to turn people and make them think stuff.
There's a great Stephen King book called Storm of the Century, and there's this, like, demon guy, and he's, like, tied up in there in the town during this, like, big storm where no one can really get out, and he knows everything about everybody, so he's just revealing every's deepest, darkest secrets while tied up, and it's great.
Is that a movie, or do I have to read that?
There's a movie for it.
Okay. Is it good?
It's like a TV show miniseries style one, so it's not as good as it could have been.
Okay. Because I don't read. I'm functionally illiterate.
But yeah, you can check out the movie.
Yeah. I've heard that. Storm of the Century?
Storm of the Century.
Wonderful. Happiness. You're about to face something you are certainly unprepared for when he's going to dope her up.
Yeah.
I already mentioned that
I was hoping something else from that, and I discussed what happened.
yeah.
I wanted her to turn into like a reptilian snake person or something like it'll make my true form appear.
Right, so I'm to be like, well, if I can't control myself, I don't think anyone's gonna like that, or something like
Yeah.
that. But it was just so like I guess she was fucking with him because she accused the mother. She basically said, "I worked with your mom to try to get stuff to happen, but your
Yeah.
dad wasn't on board. Harold was though, so we took care of it."
And that all could be true though. Like
I think
it all-
that might be
it's
true.
all completely feasible. And we know Harold was totally on board.
And I'm a crazy person, so this whole time, because we never saw the mom dead, and she just got pulled out, I've been thinking that maybe she's fine from some like ninja reasoning or something like that.
Maybe
I can't imagine how or why they would do that, but you never actually see her
could
body.
be a great reveal if she's the big bad at the end.
Oh my God, my master wants to do this. Oh, she's in there with the secret Chinese shit. She's over there feeling fine. She can fly and stuff. It's great.
That would be dope. Like she's actually like a demon lady and has wings or something. So like she just popped out and like.
Could that be? Does that make any
No,
sense?
that's so stupid, but it'd be great.
No, I was gonna say like is there any? I'm trying to now. I'm searching my brain because they usually drop some hints and in some shit of some
Yeah, that
stuff.
seemed obvious after the fact.
I don't know. The other major thing we've been talking about a little bit.
Sure.
Ward's alive. So Ward's been alive the whole time. And
Yeah.
It's never been an issue. Harold's alive.
Harold's alive.
Ward
He's
runs
set up
into him, though.
Ward now.
Yeah, well, he sets him
He
up.
meets
but
him
they,
and he says he's sorry, and he Ward's
Right.
not having it. He's like, no, I just want to, and like he said, he just wants to be alone. That's all he's ever wanted.
Ward just wants to walk away, and Harold cuts him a little, gets him like, well, I hope your sister's a little more receptive to this whole thing.
Yeah.
He goes, what the fuck? No, what are you talking about? You can't do that.
But then plants drugs in his car and sends him to the mental institution with the same doctor who, I think should be a little more receptive to crazy stories after he finds out that Danny's was real and this guy knows Danny. But he's like, well, you're an addict, you're delusional, you're having bullshit.
He's totally on board. He's just Dr. Drew in it. He's like, you need help, and I'm here for you, and all that
Yeah.
stuff. I really liked how in all fairness to Harold, Ward did like immediately go to that Chinese food place and be like, how do you kill these like revenant wraith things
Yes,
or whatever
yes.
the fuck. And then you hear this awesome story, which kind of matches up, where it's like, well, every time they come back, and he's like, they're worse, and he goes, yes, and tells this horrifying story about one of these
Yeah.
people that kept coming back until he was so like whatever that he killed his
roasted his kids over a
roasted them or
fire.
whatever. The only solution is to run. And you and I were like, well, I could just pour concrete or weights or something.
Yeah, there's definitely
So
a
he's-
solution
he
if you
can't,
can't
like,
die,
come
because he's
back.
not stronger than usual. He's just a
No,
human. Even if you just put him in a cage, he'd be
yeah,
there forever.
He's just death resistant. Which
But
is
then,
fine.
right after the story, he cuts back to he's at his house, the penthouse thing, and he's killing his assistant because he didn't
Yeah.
like the ice cream flavors he had purchased.
So before the episode started, I wrote Kyle down here in the
Yeah,
bottom of
we
my
haven't seen him in
notes.
a while.
Because last episode we mentioned it like while watching it, but this one we hadn't talked about it in any of these yet. But it's like, where the fuck's Kyle? Because all this crazy shit's been happening. Where if that dude was coming or going, it would be like, wait, what? Oh shit, blood or something,
Yeah.
murder or whatever the fuck. But no, it's and he waves it away by saying, like, this is the longest he ever went without contacting me.
Yeah, like he
Something
doesn't
like
work
that.
every day, I guess.
Like it's an on-call position.
And he went right from to the computer when he was there, and then he called him over like, "Oh, if we're done, I'm gonna go." "Oh, but wait, come here, I have ice cream on." But what work do you think he even does? What is he computing? What is he?
I have no idea. About
Couldn't
this
imagine what his
position.
job could be.
Lots of crunching of numbers. He Googles things for Harold.
Yeah,
What do you know about the Lady of the Dragon Mother? Something, whatever the fuck.
yeah.
No, the Crane
Crane
daughter.
Brotherhood monk order,
of
whatever.
Order of the Sacred Lotus Crane Mother, I think.
That sounds like too many words.
You think?
Yeah.
I think it. No, so yeah, it doesn't. Not down with ice cream. Flies into a rage. Kills him with that like ice cream scooper thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
those ice creams looked so good too. They were like such rich colors.
They
and I'm like,
looked-
oh, they're probably like real fruit.
They looked fake to me.
That's why I want them.
I know, but
That
that's
blue one, dude.
That's what I'm
Oh.
getting at. They looked like the stuff that like they eat with Rufio. Like it looked like
Yes.
this fake food. It was so
Oh.
interesting. I've like never seen stuff like that, and I kind of liked how they, he calls it out. Well, I don't like all this fancy stuff. I just like vanilla or whatever. And he goes, vanilla, great. You want to die? And like fucking takes him down. Or
all
whatever.
this trouble to get all this ice cream for you, and the first thing you do is complain. That's fine. And he stabs him in the face with an ice cream scoop, and then
know.
repeatedly bludgeons him until he dies.
But they
and it was
but they
a
were
solid
super fancy.
it was a solid performance. Like
Yeah.
it felt I'm like, oh, this is real. Like it didn't feel like this weird like dramatized thing. It was like I was like, yeah, he's bludgeoning. Oh, he's begging for his life. Oh, he keeps clubbing him. Oh,
Yeah.
it's sad. Oh, he's dead.
Because two things. One, people don't just get hit once and pass out or die. In a lot of
Yes.
movies, someone gets hit in the head once and they're just down. Or like you put them in headlock and like count to 3 and they just pass out. Humans are like ferociously tenacious. You've probably fallen or hit your head or done something during your life.
Sure.
You're not like done usually unless it's a really bad thing. But like a lot of this stuff takes a lot of work and that
Yes.
he's crawling away. And
Especially
it's this
with
terrifying
what
thing.
he's bludgeoning him with. It's a
Exactly.
white object. Like, you can choke somebody out in like 3 seconds if you're an MMA fighter.
Specifically
but
hitting the right
most
thing or
people
whatever,
aren't
right.
trained to do that.
Yes, right.
But I think they see, like, the writer sees it. All right, so they choked him out. And all right, that's how
Yeah.
long it takes.
A lot of it specifically is like they suffocate them out, but you have to like cut off the actual like
Yeah.
thing, and it's very specific, and not everyone can do it. Part 2, which I forget, so I'm going to stall for a minute. I got it. Is while he's crawling away, and he's like, "Oh, please, whatever." Harold goes, "Hey, me, whatever," and it's like
Yeah,
mocking him, whatever. I'm like, "Oh, fuck, he's a monster. He's a monster. I love it."
But then immediately afterward, he snaps
Yeah.
out of it, and he's sad. He's crying. He cuddles up next to him on
Lays
the
down next to him,
ground.
fuck.
No, it was actually kind of sad because you're like, oh, it's taking him over. Like, you can see this person who was once probably like a good person who's been just like totally turned into a monster in every way.
Because he's enchanted with this weird thing that's just like
Yeah, he was never a good
revives
person,
it,
probably,
yeah.
but he wasn't a monster.
Well, like parts of him are like breaking down or being left out. He's losing control of like reality. It's probably even just psychologically damaging to go through these deaths and then like the whole rebirth process.
Well, especially like I don't know, your kid killing you.
Yes, it's probably even just like for normal because I want to say it's part of the rules of the resurrection that you fall apart. And it's like you might just fall apart because this is like horrible. You have to deal with all that shit.
So then back at the end, Joy has made her way into this house, like the building that her dad owns, and the elevator doors just keep opening like as she gets to them, and
yeah,
it
because he's
takes
hitting
her
the
to the
buttons,
penthouse,
guiding her along. Yeah.
and she turns and sees her dad, and like you see like this great look of shock on her
Great face acting.
where it's just like you don't like what is this, and she doesn't really do much talking at all because she's in shock.
Right.
But the dad's kind of like moves in, embraces her, and he's it's going to be an interesting next episode.
No,
there's
and
going to be the actual talk.
You made a comment or something like, like she must not know whether to slap him or like hug him or something like that.
Exactly. It's been 13 years.
And the look on her face completely like conveyed that. She had this look of like confusion and like disgust and like all these complex things.
Well, because
it
you're
was
thinking
amazing.
like, what are the alternatives to this being what I'm seeing here? Like, Dad didn't have a twin. That's Dad. It looks 100% like him. Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, how is this possible?
Very, very
And she's
weird.
like, you died. You were in a casket. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry you had to see me like that. Which is the most confusing answer in the world. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And like a little bit of like, did you fake your own death? Like, how could that
you
be?
faked
Wait
it
a
and
minute.
didn't tell me for
no,
years?
I held your hand and it was cold and like, how could this be? I'm making all that up. But
Yeah.
that's the point. It's like I imagine like.
That's the thought
he was dead as
process.
fuck. Like, how is this possible? It isn't like, did you take that stuff that they gave James Bond where your heartbeat slows down? You seem like you're dead. That's crazy. Is that stuff real? Oh my God! Like
Blowfish venom?
This like racing fucking thing in her head. Yeah, that's true.
What else? Anything else happened in this episode worth noting?
I appear to have written down. Okay, I'm like I wrote down Ringo Starr God, and I'm like no, Ninja Star guy, the guy that we already talked about.
Yep,
Awesome. Quick notes: the frog in the well cannot understand the ocean. Ooh, girl,
That's
nice.
deep.
I like that. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I also like, and she's done it before, but I like Claire saying "Sweet Christmas" because like you pick up lingo from like your people you're sweet on and who are in your life, and she said it now I think 2-3 times, and that's dope.
Yep, that's a Luke Cage thing.
Oh, I assume the people
In
know
case
that.
the people at home don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's pretty much what happened in this episode. So here we are, ready to dive into episode 10.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to, be 3 episodes from the end.
I'm excited for you.
So here we go. We'll see you next time.
Wonderbar.